What if your body was trying to warn you right now that something is wrong, and you were ignoring those signs every day? Maybe you think it's just tiredness. Maybe you think it's just stress, or even something that comes with age. But the truth is that the body always gives signals when blood sugar is out of control. The problem is that these signals are usually silent and go unnoticed by most people. And that's exactly why today's video is so important. Today you'll learn 9 clear signs that your body may be asking for help now, before the problem becomes something much more serious. Millions of people live with diabetes worldwide. And the most worrying thing is that many only find out too late, when complications have already begun to appear. Maybe this is happening to you or to someone very close to you. The good news is that information changes everything. When you recognize the signs early, you can save time, protect your health, and improve your quality of life. Everything you're about to hear here is based on science, medical guidelines, and the real-life experiences of people who live with diabetes every day. Before we begin with the 9 signs, I ask you for something quick, but very important. Like this video now, because it helps it reach more people who need this information. And subscribe to the channel to continue receiving health content in a clear, simple way that truly makes a difference. Now, let's get to the 9 main signs that your body is asking for blood sugar control. The first sign is excessive thirst that doesn't go away. You drink water, you drink juice, you drink soda, and yet you still have a dry mouth and a constant feeling of thirst. And many people think this is just heat, or that they are drinking too little water during the day. But it's not always that simple. When blood sugar is high, the body tries to get rid of this excess through urine. To do this, it ends up pulling water from inside the cells, which leads to dehydration. And in response, the brain sends a clear alert: thirst. More thirst, and even more thirst. So pay attention. If thirst is constant, intense, and doesn't improve, this could be an important sign that something is wrong with your blood sugar. It's not just heat. It's your body crying out for help and trying to let you know it needs attention. The second sign is urinating many times throughout the day, especially at night. If you notice that you are waking up several times to go to the bathroom, even without having drunk much water before bed, this deserves attention. When blood glucose is high, the kidneys have to work much harder to try to eliminate this excess sugar through urine. It's as if they are working double all the time without rest. And the more sugar the body tries to eliminate, the greater the urine production. This extra effort causes you to go to the bathroom more frequently, including in the middle of the night, disrupting sleep and leaving your body even more tired the next day. Therefore, this sign should not be ignored. It may not just be a habit or something temporary. Your kidneys may be working overtime to cope with blood sugar that is out of control. The third sign is constant hunger, even right after eating. You have a full meal, feel satisfied for a few minutes, but a short time later the hunger returns, as if you hadn't eaten anything. This happens because, when blood sugar is unregulated, the body cannot use glucose correctly. Glucose is present in the blood, but it doesn't enter the cells to become energy. And when cells don't receive energy, the brain interprets this as a lack of food. The result is this feeling of endless hunger, a constant urge to eat, especially sweets and carbohydrates. Many people experience this every day and think it's anxiety, compulsion, or lack of willpower, when in fact it may be the body trying to compensate for an internal problem. If you identified with this pay attention. Eating more isn't always the solution. Sometimes it's your body asking for help to better use blood sugar. The fourth sign is extreme tiredness and lack of energy. Even after a night's sleep or after eating, you wake up already tired, spend the day without energy, and feel that your body simply doesn't respond as before. Many people think that high sugar means more energy, but this is a big mistake. When glucose is out of control, it doesn't enter the cells correctly. And without glucose inside the cells, there isn't enough energy for the body to function properly. That's why you get that strange feeling of weakness, drowsiness, and listlessness. You eat, but you don't feel nourished. The body receives food, but it can't transform it into real energy. If this tiredness is part of your routine and seems to have no explanation, it's worth sounding the alarm. It may not just be stress or overwork. It could be your body warning you that your blood sugar isn't where it should be. The fifth sign that your body may be asking for help to control blood sugar is blurred vision or difficulty seeing clearly. When blood glucose levels are too high, it can affect the lens of the eye, causing it to swell and altering how light enters the eye. As a result, you may begin to notice blurred vision or even difficulty focusing on near or far objects. This symptom can intensify over time, and if left untreated, it can further impair eye health. The good news is that by controlling blood sugar, vision tends to improve. But it is essential to pay attention to this sign and seek medical advice as soon as possible. The sixth sign is wounds that take a long time to heal. A small cut, a blister on the foot, a simple bruise. Things that used to heal quickly now seem to take weeks to improve. And this doesn't happen by chance. When blood sugar is high, circulation is impaired, and the immune system doesn't function as it should. The blood has more difficulty carrying oxygen and nutrients to the wound, and the defense cells are slower to act. The result is a much longer healing process and a greater risk of infection. This is one of the signs that doctors take very seriously, because it shows that the body is already suffering the effects of excess blood sugar. It's not just a wound that takes a long time to close. It's a clear warning that overall health needs attention. And if this topic makes sense to you, if you've ever noticed something similar, or if you know someone who is going through this, leave a comment here about what has touched you the most so far. Your experience can help other people who are listening to this video right now. Take the opportunity to like the video, because this simple gesture helps this content reach those who really need this information. And subscribe to the channel if you want to continue following content like this, made with care, empathy, and commitment to your health. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and reach more people with this type of content. And now, let's move on, because there are still important signs that you need to know. The seventh sign is tingling or numbness in the hands and feet. That sensation of needles, mild shock, burning, or even loss of sensation, especially in the feet, which many people ignore or think is poor circulation or bad posture. But when blood sugar remains high for too long, it can damage the nerves. This problem is known as diabetic neuropathy. Simply put, it's as if the wires that carry information from the body to the brain begin to fail. The signal doesn't arrive properly, and the body responds with tingling, numbness, or pain. This is one of the most frightening signs, because it often starts mildly and silently, but it can worsen if nothing is done. And the most important thing is to understand that this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that can be prevented when blood sugar control is taken seriously. Feeling scared about this is normal. But more important than fear is prevention. Recognizing this sign early can make all the difference in avoiding bigger problems in the future. And that's why paying attention to what your body is saying today is a fundamental step in protecting your health tomorrow. The 8th sign is frequent infections, such as skin infections, urinary tract infections, or constant gum problems. If you find yourself constantly treating one infection after another, this shouldn't be seen as normal or just bad luck. When blood sugar is high, it ends up feeding bacteria and fungi, creating a perfect environment for these microorganisms to multiply. At the same time, the immune system becomes weaker and less efficient at fighting these infections. In other words, the body becomes more vulnerable on both sides. Therefore, it's no coincidence, nor is it something that happens by chance. Repeated infections are a clear sign that the body may be overwhelmed by excess blood sugar and having difficulty defending itself. If this type of problem has been recurring in your life, it's worth sounding the alarm. The body is showing, in various ways, that something needs to be adjusted. And the sooner you realize this, the greater the chances of avoiding complications and taking better care of your health. The 9th and final sign is unexplained weight loss or gain. If you notice that, without making changes to your diet or routine, you are losing weight rapidly or gaining weight for no reason, this may be an important warning sign. When blood sugar is out of balance, the body cannot process glucose correctly, and this directly affects metabolism and energy storage, causing unexpected changes in weight. Let's quickly recap the signs we've discussed so far. Excessive thirst, frequent urination, constant hunger, extreme fatigue, blurred vision, slow healing wounds, tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, frequent infections, and finally, unexplained weight loss or gain. 9 clear signs that something in your body is asking for attention. The most important point you need to take away from today is, the body always speaks. The question is, are you listening? These signs don't appear by chance, and, when recognized in time, can make all the difference in preventing complications and maintaining a healthier life. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for staying with me until the end. This already shows that you truly care about your health and are paying attention to the signals your body gives you. If this video provided you with useful information, leave a comment here with something like "I'm with you until the end," or "this message was for me." I love seeing who closely follows the content, and your participation helps us continue creating valuable videos. Also, feel free to leave a like in a light-hearted way because it shows that the content made sense and helps maintain the connection we've built here. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, to continue receiving videos that help you better understand your body, take care of your health, and notice signs that often go unnoticed. And look, there's a video here that complements this topic. Click and stay with me there, where we'll delve even deeper into how to manage blood sugar and prevent complications in a practical way. It will be one more step towards you feeling more aware, informed, and in control of your health.